Speaker number 14.
Thank you. My name is John Hansen. I'm the president of the Nebraska Farmers Union. We're the second oldest general farm organization in the state, proudly serving Nebraska's farm and ranch families since 1913. And I would say to Mr. McAllister, you didn't mention us when you talked about the opposition, but you know what? We were here a long time before you showed up, and we're going to be here a long time after the millionaires We do represent the public interest, and we represent it through sound public policy, both at the state and the federal level. If we are to look at this issue clearly, we must have an honest conversation. And part of that conversation is stop the business of pretending that this oil is somehow destined for U.S. use. Going from northern Alberta to the east two international seaports with refining capacity in the east coast of Texas instead of the west coast of Canada for a reason, because that is the easiest way for the owners of the oil to get their oil home. Now, who are we talking about? Who owns the tar sands? Well, here's a list of the home countries of the folks who own it. I'm Norwegian, and I have to tell you, Norway is one of them. We look at the laundry list here of England, France, Canada, China, Korea, China again, Korea, Thailand. I mean, if you could believe the folks from TransCanada, when they were talked to at the state fair, they said Russia and China were the two big folks who were driving this because they wanted to get their oil home. There are no existing conditions that this oil will ever be used in the U.S. If it was, we'd be building a pipeline to Cushing, Oklahoma, or McPherson, Kansas, where we put real jobs. Let's build jobs for the future. Let's build jobs about ethanol and cellulosic ethanol and biodiesel and wind and those things that are actually come from the U.S. and are being built in the U.S. and let the U.S. benefit from. 37 years ago, when I was first elected to public office as a natural resource district director, this part of the country made national news. And what was the news? We had two things, two variables that are in direct play here today. The leaching of foreign contaminants into our groundwater and our water supply, and soil erosion, because our thinly vegetated sand hills have been disturbed and they were blowing away, closing county roads, creating a huge environmental catastrophe. Local folks, natural resource districts, and others stepped up to the plate, did what we needed to do, made the necessary corrections to protect our very fragile sand hills and our invaluable Okalala aquifer. These sand hills are a national treasure, and the water under this ground is worth more than all the oil in the world. We've got a problem, and the problem is that we have a vacuum relative to the regulation of oil pipelines. We don't have the clear hand of the federal government, and we don't have, unfortunately, the state of Nebraska stepping up and assuming those authorities that those of us who have done our homework know that we good and well have. As a result, we've created a vacuum that puts our natural resources at risk, and for me, as I represent landowners, I urge you to listen to the stories of landowners, because it goes to the very heart of the commitments of TransCanada relative to all the things they're fixing to do for us and to us. Because when push comes to shove, the treatment that they have had of our landowners is atrocious and indefensible.